Hello and welcome back to the channel, it's me Lunas, and today we'll be continuing the vintage story run. So last episode we managed to get quite a lot of work done on the house. We did overextend the episode slightly though, to try and get some materials. And as you can see, we have done quite a bit. The outer shell is mostly done. We do still have a decent bit of work to do, but it's getting there. I am gonna continue working on this throughout the night, but there is a thing I want to check first. And that is gonna be the number of pickaxes I have. So 1, 2, and then the one I currently have, so 3. I'm gonna say that is enough. But yeah, the plan for this episode is basically gonna be to go out underground and search for ore, and then if I find food, I'm gonna if I come across food, I'm gonna take it. Yeah, for the time being, I'm gonna work on this, at least until it's light. Which shouldn't be too long. So the third one up. Yeah, that's not in the middle anyway. So I do need some more pine logs. Yeah, the goal of today, in terms of the mining, is gonna be to locate at least one tin bronze ore deposit and mine it, to gather more gears, and to locate at least and get at least one block of granite for the quern, because I can't do a lot of stuff at the moment because I don't have it. I can't make glass because of it, I can't make flour because of it, although that's not as important. I can't make fire clay because of it. So it's very much halting my advancements. And the thing is, glass is fairly good to sell. Right, that worked. I'm gonna get everything away, but I'm also gonna get a meal cooked. I might even do multiple, just so I can fund being out longer. Okay, we'll do... Yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll cook another batch of food after. Oh yeah, I'm not fully out of my illness yet as well, so I'm sorry if I like cough or sneeze at all. Hopefully it should be gone within the next day or two. But I wanted to take the opportunity to record, because the edits take a long time to do, and I really dislike editing. So I need, to have the stuff ready, like the recordings ready to go, so that I can edit literally as soon as I feel like it. Otherwise, I'm a bit worried that I'm just not gonna do it. Anyway, back to this. There is, something that I want to do before I go. Actually, no. I'll try without... I was gonna make a copper spear, but I might try without it, just for the time being, and see how I do. I might honestly make another tool rack as well. I don't want to like spam them, but I feel like it's necessary considering I still have 2 copper tools on me that I don't currently need right now. Oh no, one. I need this. I was gonna say something, but I didn't. Right, while this one is cooking though, I'm gonna speak about what my plan was for the scythe. That sucks. I'll leave that there. Yeah. Cattail and horsetail. I want to get as much as I can, as quick as I can. Just because I don't have armor. But I might be able to resolve that as well. But I'm still gonna need a lot of healing. Nah, I need hides. I'd have to probably end up killing wolves. Those are gonna be the most common thing that I'm gonna be willing to kill. I don't want to kill any animals as such yet, just because it may make it harder to find animals when I want to do animal husbandry. If I actually stay in this area, I don't know. There's a decent chance I do, but we'll see. Right, I did have to end up waiting here though. Okay. 10 servings of food plus the one that's in the bowl already, so 11 servings. That should be plenty. So I'm gonna head over here first, grab horsetail, over to the lake to grab cattail, and then I'm gonna go around slightly and grab brown coal. And explore one of the caves over there I've had my eye on. It might be easier to do these by hand. Unless there's a big patch of them like this. I do plan on returning home before I go caving properly, so I may keep the grass if I don't get, like, too many stacks that are too high in number. I would like more than a stack of these, though, because I can see myself taking plenty of damage. Right, I have been wondering about this. Chicken of the woods. I keep seeing it on trees, and I'm wondering if it's... Oh, you can actually eat it. That might be a mushroom that I start taking then, because I'm seeing it decently often in most woodlands. Right, it was on here, and I'm pretty sure it was on another tree in this general direction. It's fine if I can't find it though. I'll just move on. I don't want to spend too much time looking for food. Well, going out of my way to look for food. I'm basically going to be taking up stuff that comes in my direct path, other than in this valley, because I plan on coming back to this valley. I might actually grab some of these for food purposes. Okay, I can't do the roots as well. They are easy to get, and I don't think it would take much saturation to get a decent amount. It's just time. Considering the knife work isn't that fast. While I am going to grab more than 32 cattail, I think it's a good idea to only go for about half a stack of rhizomes. Just so that I don't take too many from the general area. As I haven't set up my own farm just yet. I'll probably take all the ones here, and then if I ever need more in future, there's across the lake. Okay, that should be plenty of roots. Okay, I'm gonna back off quick and sort out my inventory. I think these can be eaten, as can this. And then we'll prepare the next meal, so that I don't need to get it while I'm in the cave. Right, we are going to be using up slightly more stuff. Nothing. Okay. I think I'm gonna return home with any limestone I get as well for the time being, just because I do have the space. I wasn't expecting it to move across like that. That kinda sucks. Raunchy leaves, I saw them somewhere. Oh no, wait, I need 2 sticks for this, don't I? It's why I don't like carrying the torch in my offhand, but the thing is, if I don't, whenever I get into combat, I'm gonna have to put it away. So I might have to dedicate an inventory slot to the thing. Bones might be worth taking. I wish you could stack crocs. That would be quite nice. I don't think it's worth taking the firewood. I do need space. Right, going down is a no-go for certain. I don't know how far it goes, and I don't even want to know. Definitely down to tier 4 a minimum, or tier 3, which is not the type of area that I can go to right now and live to tell the tale. So I'm just not going to risk it. Anything below 60 really is too dangerous. Even 70 might be a stretch. Just another ruin, okay. I'll chuck the spider webs away later. Rusty gear. I didn't even know rusty gears could spawn in those. Clean glasses. And getting additional gears seems to be going well. I think that was seven gears. That guy might have just gone off the edge. including what I got before, that's got to be one of the smallest veins of brown coal I've ever seen, by like a massive amount. It is technically enough for now, though if I see more when I go caving, I'm probably gonna grab at least a little bit. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can actually work, the bronze, the tin bronze. I'm pretty sure it said you don't need a bellow to work copper and bronze, but I can't be certain until I try it. There we go. Oh yeah, there is one problem with these rhizomes. You have to cook them individually and they can't be put into meals, as far as I understand it. I will at least attempt to test to, but I don't think you can. Which means they're gonna basically be a stacked food that we carry around as a reserve, because they last forever, I think. I'm gonna keep the healing supplies on me. Okay, and then we just need spare pickaxes. I'm probably gonna take all of them. Just so that I know for a fact that I'm gonna be safe. Alright, I think I'm gonna go do this one. Clearing out blue or red ones close by is probably gonna be a good idea. That completely destroyed my expectations. Usually with entrances that large I expect them to go quite deep, but apparently not this time. Right, the next closest blue would be this one. Is it up? Yeah, it's up on the hill. Hopefully it's not a chute. I don't want to be going down, like, the chutes. And by those I basically mean the holes that are, like, between 3 and, like, 5 by 5 wide. And they just go straight down for, like, 60, 70 blocks. I don't want to be going into those. Okay, this one is worthwhile. I just need to find a safe entrance. Which that isn't. No. I'm gonna have to probably dig my way down on this wall. That doesn't go deep enough to put me off. I think this one could be worth at least trying to explore down. Yeah, I think there's not too much risk of me dying as long as I don't go too deep. A tier 2 shiver might be an issue, but if I can lead it into a open area where I don't get swarmed by enemies, I should be able to put it down. If I can run circles around it. Nothing. That was a waste of time and durability. It's worth exploring though. Right now, basically any metal I can find and mine is worth taking. And that goes for that one right there. I'm not as interested in making this version of bronze, but if I have to, I will. Usually I prefer to reserve this for trading tools, but we'll see. Oh, it's rich as well, which means I'll get quite a bit of it. Even if the vein is small. Right, I'm pretty sure this is an ingredient for bismuth bronze. I'm not certain of the ratio, but I'm pretty sure zinc is in the highest ratio of the metals you need for it. I may be wrong. I need to keep an eye on the stability. Once it hits probably medium, I need to think about leaving if things get too much. If medium is okay, then I'll keep going, but once it hits high, then I'll definitely be leaving. I'd say that was a pretty good sized vein. Right, I'll take the opportunity to quickly sort out my food. And then we'll head deeper. Right, hopefully this will branch out in an absolute ton of different directions. No. God damn it. That was so misleading. Ooh. He scared the crap out of me. And then this way was fully checked. Which means this was another waste. Maybe I head to the caves over this way. The red one might provide some better stuff. Yeah, I think if I'm relatively quick and pay attention to my food, I'll be fine. I'm not messing with that. First temporal gear. Right, that would be borax. Yep. It's basically on the surface, so I am gonna mark it. Dead end. I'm not getting very lucky with the caves so far. It does look like at least one route heads deeper. Another dead end. Seven servings left. I think I'll be okay. I'm gonna save the bolets though. Those shivers are being quite nice to me. I didn't think he'd be able to hit that from that angle. Another one? brown coal. How many enemies are we dealing with? I think it's just the one drifter. I didn't mean to grab those. So that's quartz. I'll take that. Maybe it is worth taking the quartz if it's just gonna keep dropping. That doesn't really speed it up. Actually, it might not be worth doing that. Another shiver. That could probably get down here. I do have one of those at home. Brown coal. Oops. Okay. Unless another type of ore dropped on the floor here. No, it doesn't seem like it. Right, unfortunately I didn't get tin. Oh no, that's just the one underneath. This was a fairly good find. There's a bit of ones. It could be worth checking. I think I'm gonna at least try and see if it's worthwhile. I know once I start hitting saltpeter that things are gonna start getting dangerous, so once I get to that I'm gonna probably back off if it leads down that far. Or granite? Question mark. Andesite. Wait, andesite is a rock that can be used in a clan. We just need to be able to mine it safely. I don't know how much that extends outwards. I'm gonna assume it's by a few blocks. It didn't work in my favor at all. I'll go this way. And a cyclone. Oh no, I need 4 rock. That should still be fine to get. I might end up losing quite a bit of pickaxe durability though. Just to double check. And a cyclone, 4 pieces of rock. We have 4 pieces of rock. Okay, that's one. That continues going down. It might be worth grabbing some saltpeter now though. I don't know if I'll be this deep again at any point, so I'll grab this bunch and then I'll look into heading it elsewhere. It definitely continues quite a bit further down though, it looks like. It does seem like 70 is about the limit if saltpeter is spawning at this level. I'm not gonna grab that because that'll fall too close to the hole. I don't want anything like really bad coming out. That was only a tier 1. That's potentially a tier 2. I've never seen a bell this high up before. It's gonna take a lot of time to get out of here. That's a tier 3 minimum. There's no way it's not a tier 3. God damn it, we were finally starting to make some progress as well. I'm upgrading the cave priority to purple though. Also, unlike the last series, I feel like it's probably paramount to try and get armor earlier. Even if it is just tin bronze. Because that's still gonna provide very good protection against tier 1s and 2s. And it's also gonna allow me to contend safely against tier 3s as long as I use like decent tactics. So I definitely need to make sure that I'm playing safe even with armor and just not getting overly confident. Right, where is the other? I think I might go for the other purple cave. It's further away, so it will allow me to recuperate some of my temporal stability. But if I can't find any, then I'm gonna go and mine some copper from around here. As I'm pretty sure I've used up quite a lot of the copper I had. I am willing to throw some stuff away to make space for it, including the temporal gears. It's not like I need them right now. Before I had like 7 or 8 just in a stack that I just didn't use for basically the entire series. I think I used 3 to repair a translocator, but it just led me somewhere, like, really deep underground, like, really far away, so... I might actually mine copper on the surface, you know? Just for a little bit, because I still haven't recuperated enough. Over here. I do need to be wary as well, there is a bear somewhere in the vicinity. This is the one I didn't mark off, which means this one may be a similar case. I think this one vein will be enough. I only need enough to basically just get my pickaxes back. And one decent sized medium vein will probably provide enough ingots for about 10 copper. Probably 10 copper ingots, I think. Oh, that's andesite, unfortunately. Which means I'm throwing those away. 20 units. And you need 100. So every 5 is 1 ingot. So if I can hit 50, it'll be 10 ingots. But it doesn't always reach 50. It can range. Sometimes it can be as low as like 35, I think. It might even be able to be smaller than that. As far as I understand, the surface deposits are more commonly smaller. Yeah, it was a smaller vein. Though, 5 ingots is more than enough for my purposes. That'd be 5 pickaxes. That's still only 39. We have 2 mills. I think head back and survey it at the very least. Because there isn't going to be any food to forage around here, sadly. That's sulfur, which I can't even mine anyway. Chat. Waste of time. It doesn't go anywhere either. Right, time to head back. Otherwise I'm gonna end up going through the stuff I have, the extra food I found. Right, I am quite disappointed about that. Basically all of the caves I thought would be promising weren't, except one. Which means the chutes might actually be the way to go, it's just they're a lot more dangerous. And they tend to have less ways out. Do I try maybe a different location? Or do I just give up on tin for today? I'm kinda unsure. I don't want to spend like hours and hours just raiding caves for it. I am gonna eventually find it in a cave, but it doesn't seem to be too common an ore as it is. I'd say I find zinc way more commonly than I do tin bronze. The only issue is that I can't remember the other metal type. I'm pretty sure it's zinc, copper, and something else. If it's lead, we can manage. If it's bismuth... Actually, you know what? Now that I've said it, I'm pretty certain it is bismuth. Because I'm pretty sure it's called bismuth bronze. If that is the case, it might be a struggle because I found bismuth quite a bit less than I found tin bronze. Which means either way it's going to be difficult to get the bronze. And then black bronze is going to be even more difficult just because of how rare silver and gold is. I think I could technically make some now. Or if I can't, it'd literally only be one ingot anyway. So it wouldn't even be worth it, really. That doesn't go there, does it? It goes there. Okay, let's get the food away. I guess I'm eating this one then. I have 3 zinc bars, and then that is a 10. If I can smelt that back down, 10 ingots. I need to search something up. Thank God we can do it. I now have a use for the random ingots I've been finding. So we just gained 10 tin bronze ingots from this. I need to double check something again, actually. Okay, and I can still use the copper anvil for it, which is great. So the only thing I need to do now is break up the copper and sort that out. Also, those rods must be about the size of ingots. So if I were to break those down, I'd probably get 40 gold nuggets, but I don't think I have silver, and if I do, it's like just a couple of nuggets. And 12, 8, 90, and then if we split that, actually, no, yeah, split that, and then do that, and then it is in a ratio of 18 to 2, the copper being 18, so I'd need 180 copper. So 52 in this, I believe, if my math is correct. And that should make 10 bronze ingots. Wait, actually, what am I doing? I could probably use a tin bronze falx. The additional damage would be nice. And it means I'm going to use durability slower because each bit of durability is going to be doing higher damage. So I could use a pickaxe, a falx, probably 2 ingots, and then maybe I could do reheating. I'll do 4 for now. Yeah, 4 for now. I need to save the coal though. Okay, so instead we would need 20 times 4 would be 80, and then subtract 8. So that would be 72. And then we need 8 of these. I'm lucky that worked. Thank the Lord for the dungeon. That definitely worked out in our favor raiding that so early. I'm gonna put those in the basket, and then also the spare tin bronze. Right. These I'm probably gonna eat straight up or they're gonna go off. I may as well eat the spare of that. And then those are ingredients. Those can be used. Yep, and that works. And then those need to be used before anything else. Actually, you know what? Instead of an ingot, I might go for a shovel. Actually, no, I can just cook some copper afterwards. We'll just cook like 40 copper or something. And then do a shovel and maybe an ingot or another pickaxe. Probably another pickaxe. I don't want to be using the tin bronze pickaxe as the primary mining tool. It's just going to be to grab ores that I can't get otherwise. Or just for faster mining in dangerous areas. Right, we're ending day 20, so I think that's month 1 over. I'm pretty sure I did 20 days a month. I'm fairly happy with my progress, I'd say, for the first month. We have a pretty decent amount of stuff. I just haven't done any actual farming yet, which is something that needs to be resolved quickly. But I can do that. Okay, so pickaxe. Fox. 2 ingots. And yeah. I don't think, at least until I find an actual vein of tin bronze, it's not worth making an anvil. Just because it's going to use up 18 pieces. And that is basically everything we have except for 1 ingot worth. So, definitely not worth it for the time being. That shout to use crocs as, like, extra food vessels to carry around was a really good shout. I haven't had to, like, spam bowls constantly, which is really nice. I think I do need to do a bit of extra work with the management of my inventory though. At least when it comes to food. And that is, for now, probably gonna come in the form of rhizomes. Right, that hasn't even got it up to temp, so I'm probably gonna need at least 1 or 2 more pieces. Yeah, and then those go up there. I'll use the copper falx for home defense, and the tin bronze for caving, so that I don't waste durability for when I actually need it. Right, we are in June now, so yeah. I was getting a bit worried about being able to track what day it was for the video, because sometimes I was forgetting, but nah. It goes in multiples of 20, so I just need to know what year I'm in, and then I can work it out from the month. But we have done 2 days so far this episode. I have 2 days left, probably, unless I choose to make it a 5-day episode. Speaking of which, I haven't actually asked, how is the episode length? I did want to do longer videos, anyway, and it was asked for, by a viewer, but, I don't know, like, how well it's actually doing. Now that I'm doing it, so I'd appreciate some feedback if I haven't received any by this point. I should have probably asked sooner, but I was a bit too engrossed in playing the game to think about that. That one would have actually been enough. It's fine though. It's not like brown coal is hard to come by. At least for the time being. If all of the veins I've been finding are the size it was over here, then I am a little worried. If I'm gonna be completely honest. But if they are not, and they are larger, then we should be good. Right, I do need a new knife, so that is something I should work on. Oh no, wait, the bones are over here as well. What am I doing? Okay, I need 2 sticks, I'm pretty sure. And then I need the chisel again. And that will allow me to make the quern. No, that's not. Andesite. Oh, I need the hammer as well. I already have it on me. I almost remembered the recipe. Right, that is a lot of our issues sorted with the quern being finished. Right, next thing to do is probably gonna be pottery, I think. I'd like some more urns, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I think I'll do 2 for the time being. Okay, those are done. Just need to fire them now. Alright, that's it. I need these. And then I need 8 of these. Right, the ends are gonna be primarily for storing foodstuffs and other ingredients that are used to make things. So I do want to try and increase my number of them slightly. I don't think anything will catch on fire if I light these. Well, he's back. I'll probably be okay. I definitely can't really take him anyway. Like, it'd have to be a really unfair fight. I couldn't take him with a foul because he'd kill me easily. Even if I was able to dodge, but apparently they can hit faster now and have more range. So I doubt I'm gonna be quick enough to dodge anyway. I'd have to like sprint jump back, which is gonna use a ton of hunger, and having to repeat that 20 times with like basically like super perfect precision is gonna be really like mind-numbingly difficult. And he's disappeared. Probably gone around there. When they do decide to move in a certain direction, they do, like, end up leaving pretty quick, but... Right, what am I supposed to be doing? Dirt, that's what I was looking for. Yeah, I thought I had some. I'm gonna get these in here so I know where they are. We do actually have quite a good amount of vegetables. It's just the grain that we keep going through really quickly. It might be a better idea to use less grain per meal. But even then, to make the grain last isn't really gonna happen now, considering I have so little. Like, it'd have to be after the next foraging session, which is probably gonna be next episode. But it's gonna be more focused around, getting the seeds I need for a farm. I would also need to get more high fertilities, not high fertility. I need to get more medium fertility soil as well. But for now we'll get this set up, and then we'll see what to do from there. Okay, now I need flax, which I have. Actually, do I even need flax? I need a bucket. Bucket helm. It'd be funny if it actually provided, like, armor protection. I think I'll use a coil of rope just because it's cheaper to make. It is more cattails, but I think cattails are easier to get a hold of than actual flax. Especially considering you don't really start getting it en masse until you get your first harvest. And that is probably 2 months away. At least in terms of flax. And the first field is not going to be very large at all. I can see that for a fact. Actually, do I want to be doing that right now? I want to dig this down by one. It'd probably make more sense here as well to actually fill this. When I get a chance later, I can do that wattle and dog bit. Yeah, up here I might make the farm a little bit larger than I was planning on originally. It all depends on how well I can merge it into the hillside and around the side of the house. So for now we go with this. And then it'd be 1, 2. I think these chests will be fine where they are. I don't mind them floating in the air for a bit. I'm gonna have, like, so much clay I don't know what to do with it. I already can't really store all of it. I think I'm gonna have to probably forge, do some, like, smithing and forging in a minute, once I've set this up. Okay, so water, the pathway, water, right, pathway, and then water, and then I'll probably move this side in a bit, just to make the shape a bit more organic and to flow in back into the side of the house a bit better. Okay, that does work though, and then I need to do a bit more digging to make sure that rabbits can't get into the farm once it's made. I think after all this though, I don't think I'll see myself running out of red clay this year. I probably have a minimum of a year's supply, depending on how many fire clay bricks I need to make. Okay, that works for now. Might as well use that. I am gonna need it. I am gonna need the axe first though. I can't remember how it goes exactly, but I do need a couple of sticks. Actually, no. I think the recipe I remember is... Yeah, I was remembering the crude door recipe. That's not what I wanted to make. That's literally how it said to do it. That's all. 3 sticks. 1, 2, 3. Knife. Okay, right, we may as well get to foraging. Because I'm basically out of space. I'm a bit, too gung-ho with the fuel on the new forge. I think 1 would have been enough to forge 3 items. 2 items. So yeah, nails and strips. I think I'm just gonna only forge these. Actually, that being said, I think I will do a tin bronze shovel. Right, let's see if I can actually forge it. Okay, I can actually work it, that's good. Hey. Yeah, that'll have to go in there. Then we take these. God damn it. Stay away. Right, it's just gonna be one trunk, but it should be enough to last us a decent while. Okay, food. Oh, it seems like all mushrooms are 80 sat. Yeah, I think I might need to use more grain then. I think it is 12 grain at a minimum. Or that issue sorted. I can see this not being enough. I'll make one more. Okay, then I need to get those away. Those away. Stay down there. You leave me alone. Fuel, I can chuck it in there. And then spare of that. Right. I have 6 sets of crops where I can grow 8. So I want to do carrots so I can increase my numbers. I don't have enough parsnips, so I can't do a full field of that. So I think I'll do one of each grain type. Actually, no. Flax won't give that much food. So instead I'll just do 2 turnips. Because turnips are fast growing. They'll be the first thing ready and they'll help boost our food supply. Whoa! God damn it! Leave me alone! With these numbers, I would expect it to be like high or like medium. Actually, you know, these guys are just gonna throw rocks at me. I don't know how I missed that. But yeah, with the water like this, it should keep things at 100 fertility. No, 75 fertility. 75 moisture constantly, and that shouldn't ever change. Which means I don't need a watering can. And because rainfall is common, there's a decent chance that it goes up to 100 moisture as well whenever it rains. Okay. Right, it's not an insane amount, but it should do a decent job of filling the stores once it comes through. I'm imagining it'll probably only be about 5 or 6 days ahead of the main farms, because that is the plan. Episode after next is to get the main farms up and running. Which means, as you can probably guess, the plan from now is to grab as much food as possible. don't actually want to throw the bowl away if I can help it. I should be back within 4 or 5 days. In fact, I can just run around here and grab the field stuff. Because I should definitely have enough room for all of that. And then that can just go in there for the time being. So yeah, we'll do the field stuff now. And then after that we'll start heading back to spawn and go the opposite way to grab as much food as we can. Lost track of him. He's definitely very close. Berries are definitely seeming to be more common. So, there should be plenty of them by the spawn area. Okay, this can also work as my chance to get the medium fertility soil requirement out of the way. But yeah, speaking of requirements, I think all of my goals for the video have been completed. While we didn't find an actual vein of Timberons, I have found enough to basically make up for that for the time being. As I mostly wanted the Timberons for the pickaxe and the falx. Two stacks is gonna be too low an amount, for sure. We need a lot more than that. Yep, that works. Okay, we'll quickly return, set up some space in the inventory again, and then we'll get back to doing what I need to do. That should be plenty of soil for farms. No, I just need to get on with the gathering in the plains. There are at least 2 things over here that I wanted to grab. There could be more though. Oh god. Follow something else. I might as well grab that, considering I ran like 20 blocks past it. That was a good one. Quite a lot of stuff in this area. Right, if I haven't cut at this point, I am gonna now and do what I did before with foraging, where I just report in whenever I feel like I've made significant progress or move location. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Probably when I'm approaching the end of clearing the plains of food. Right, I'm mostly finished with the planes. I found quite a lot of stuff. I'm just doing basically in front of the base now. And then I'm gonna wrap up round and grab the few grain that I know is definitely up there. And then after that we're probably gonna go looking somewhere else, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be good for food and won't have to cook any meals to keep me going, which means I have more inventory space when I'm foraging. I'm finding plenty around here, and I've foraged around here a lot already, especially for berries. So I can't really see myself struggling. Oh, there is some rye, I think. I always thought the wild grains drop more. I thought it was like 2 or 3, but apparently not. It's mostly just like 1. Right, these are done, which is good. Yeah, if we keep normal vegetables in this one, and then green and berries can go in there. I'm basically just gonna head out straight away though, and get to foraging. I'm not really expecting to find anything much until I get to around spawn area, but there could be stuff in the plains down this way because I didn't really check it. I would just swim around. This is really worth doing though because it's going to be another source of flax. We spent most of it trying to get the bags. I think considering I'm ahead though, I'm probably gonna have this be the last day this episode. Then I can break up the foraging into multiple parts like I did before. Wavy cat. I'm sure this is poisonous. It is not. I haven't really seen them before though. If I come across something else that's easier to stack, I might just use the wavy caps as additional food. Okay, I've searched the majority of the plain. I've found quite a lot of stuff. As you can see, I'm gonna quickly sort my inventory. I've started building up an extra store of berries as well for when my current ones are eaten. But yeah, we have a semi-decent amount of green and vegetables, but I'm hoping to find quite a lot more. I was not expecting them to be so aggressive there. But yeah, I think now we're gonna head more towards the other side of the plain and back towards spawn. And we'll see what we can find over there. But judging from what the area has given me so far, quite a lot. I've already got a very large amount of seeds. And I'm not struggling for inventory space at all. I could probably find another crop type or two, but I doubt that will happen. Because, well, I can't stack parsnips because I've never actually seen mature ones, so I only get the seeds. And I'm only going to get other seed types from licorice, which I haven't seen yet, and I don't know what it looks like. And also, the cracked urns that give seeds, but I don't know if I'll run into any of those or not either. But yeah, I'll... Oh, actually, it is time to end the episode, so I may just do that and then continue next time. So yeah, bit of a sudden end, but I guess it is as good as time as any to end, considering the length of the episode so far. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It helps out massively and I really appreciate it. It also lets me know whether you enjoy the content I create or not. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.